Hi guys, today I'm outside to talk about a very tangible topic. Like, don't mind the background and the lightning. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I want to talk about family. Yeah, my name is Olalade James. I'm your Be Conscious coach, and I talk about parenting tips. I talk about everything related to family, especially the children, because they are the most undertalked set of human in the family. The family tend to talk about the husband tend to talk about his wife talk about the father, which is the husband. But mostly people don't really talk about children because they feel they don't really need much needs, or they don't really need more things to discuss about them, despite only talking about their needs, like physical needs and school fee and the rest, as much as it's related to the father and the mother. So, but the children are also part of the family, and they are the most under talk set of human, because their voice are not obvious yet, and their voice is not what's known yet. You don't really know what they want. You don't think you know what they want. You are the one deciding. You are the decisive part of them. You are deciding for them everything they actually want. So what am I going to talk about them? I'm talking about their emotional support, the emotional support they really need from you as a parent. As much as a child cannot place a name to emotions that is going on within them, let's take for instance the infants, the one between 1 to 3 years old or 5 years old. They can't really say what's going on within their emotion. They can't place a name to it. All you see them do is cry or shout or nag. So this is a way of them expressing their emotional imbalance, things that is going on within them. So it is our core duty as a parent, as a nurturer, to be able to decipher, to know what is going on within the life of our children. And remember, every child has their own personality. If you have 5 children, you are to know the inner depth of all of them. You are not to handle each and every one of those children as if you are dealing with the same person. You don't deal with the 5 children as if they are the same person. You deal with individual the way individual character and personality is. There are some children that are able to bottle or to able to express their emotion, while there are some that bottle in their emotion. You need to know how to go in depth to be able to know what is going on in the emotion of your children, so that you can help them. Like I said, they are the most undertalked set of human. So because of this, we need to participate in their life. We need to know what they dream about. We need to know their emotions. We need to know most of what they think about, because if we don't carry along, or if we don't get impacted in their life while they are still little, it will be so tough and so hard for you to know the inner person or that your child is. It will be so tough and so not easy for you to know, or for your children to be able to share their experiences with you. So the moment you start getting closer into them while they are young and they are still small, then it's a way of you telling them that you can participate in their life. It's a way of you telling them they need to carry you along. And as nurturers and guardians that we are, this is our core duty, being available for them emotionally, being able to build their mental capacity, ask them questions, and make sure you include them in conversation. Give them topics to discuss, even if it's not happening. Share experiences with them, life story experiences, stories from books, and things you know children are supposed to know at the age they are. And also you can ask simple questions, even a tough one, to hear their angle, to hear their perspective. This way you are building their mental capacity. This way you are trying to tax their brain to be able to fit into some certain things in life. You know, some children, the more you talk to them, the more you give them experiences, it sticks to their brain. It stick a knot in their brain, and it makes it widen, because the brain of children are just like a plain sheet, a plain paper. We, the nurturers and the guardians and the parents, we are the one putting an imprint on it. What about we do they subconsciously attract it. Whatever we say, they subconsciously get it. My 2 years old, 1 year, was it 2 years? It's not up to 2 years when he started reading alphabet. That's A to Z, and he was also reading 1 to 50. I was surprised because he hasn't resumed school. Then I was surprised that how did he learn this? Where is he learning it from? How is he getting it? But what I later came to figure out is that he was learning it from everything his brother is saying. The moment they play together, things we watch on TV, how we allow him to watch some of those alphabets on TV and some of those cartoons that talks about alphabet. So what it teaches me is that, or what the story tells us is that, children are absorbing everything that is in our environment, even much more than you think. Things that go on, that you speak, things that you say, things that you don't even know they know, they are absorbing it. So why can't we just teach them? So we need to participate. We need to teach them. Since they are absorbing everything from us, why not we just teach them directly? You know, when you have a teenage child and a child that is going into adolescence or a young adult, let them participate in topics, in things that are occurring around you, in things that are occurring within the house, not within you and your partner. This is not you trying to ask them question that this is what your daddy do, is it right or wrong? No, things that are visible, things that are visible in the environment. Partners issues should be within partners and not to disturb the mental health of our children. Partners and husband and wife discussion should be within them, so as not to tarnish or disturb the brain and mental health of those children. But I say asking questions, relatable questions that they see within themselves, within the environment, or asking them, start with asking them about how their school went, who they met today, were they able to conversate with such person, experiences they gathered today, how good it is, how bad it is. This is a way of trying to know who your child is, not someone else trying to tell you this is who your child is. In case something happened in the nearest time, you can quickly defend your child that my child will always tell me the truth. And as much as you are able to go deep into their emotions, this is certain. They would confide in you no matter what comes up, and they will trust you to share their experiences, and they will trust you to always come for you for anything that is hurtful to them, anything even good and hurt. They confide in you so that you can partake as a full caretaker that we are, because of course we are caretakers. God has given them to us to take care of them, nurture them, guide them, teach them. The world will not teach our children. That's if we are ready to teach them. You know, like I said in my previous video, I said if you don't teach your children, the world has a way, or life itself has a way of teaching them. Like a child that you're supposed to have inculcated some habits of manners and proper manners into them, and such child is not being given those things, or those things are not made available for such child. Eventually, life will teach them manners in one way or the other, maybe in a way of terrible manners where they get beaten outside for not having manners. A whole lot of it. I know most of our parents are brilliant ones. Most of our parents, we are smart parents, and indeed, since we are healing, we are conscious of our parenting skills. So therefore, all of this should not be out of it. Things you are not allowed to do or learn while you are a child, inculcate that habit in your children now, so that you can be proud of who you are as a parent. Yeah, we need to teach them, like I've been saying, and as much as we are able to do this, we are training and grooming a conscious child. Yeah, things that we are not able to get while we are growing up, the emotions, the emotional support, or the emotional unavailability of our parents should not stop us from giving their emotional availability to our own children. And that's why I said in my previous series that we need to heal from our inner child. We need to heal from our mother's wounds that has been unconsciously or consciously gotten from our upbringing. And I believe we are in the process of healing. Healing takes time. It's a gradual process, and it takes you moving from one state to the other. But as much as you're a conscious parent, you would know that you are moving and you're going forward. So with that, we should partake in the life of our children. As much as we provide for them financially, physically, sending them to school, providing their shelters and giving them food, we should also be available for them emotionally, so they can easily come to us for everything and anything they can think of. Not confiding in friends. It's actually led to some children trying to trust the wrong adults. They went to wrong adults to tell them what they are going through, and they take advantage of them, because these children can't meet their parents for the needs of emotional guidance and support, or whatever it is they are going through at that moment. So we should not leave our children to the ends of the world, or the ends of the wicked adults that are inside the world these days. Traumatized and narcissistic adults, they are all everywhere. So let's partake into the life of our children. Let them be our best friend. Let's train them as best friend. Let's train them as our children, and let's guide them. Scold them the right time you're supposed to scold them. These are things we have been talking about, but I just felt it I need to come out and say this again today. It should be a free talk, not a written one that we keep encouraging ourselves to do, bringing our points and the rest. No, this is just a general talk, a free talk to advise parents to groom conscious children that can stand and say no when they are supposed to say no, and say yes when they are supposed to say yes, and they don't fidget, and they don't feel bad of setting boundaries. Children that can stand for themselves, they can defend themselves. The world is cruel enough. If your child can't defend themselves, the world is cruel enough to deal with them. So teach them to be conscious, to be, as an intentional parent, teach them to be to be outspoken and confident of themselves. So with this, I believe we are good to go. I'm Olalade James, your conscious coach, and welcome to my page. I still have a whole lot to say.